Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon I would like to add to or expand your understanding of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount by giving you my understanding. Jesus was a moral philosopher in the very true sense. He wanted his teachings not only to be contemplated upon, but to be acted upon as well. Phrases such as turn the other cheek, go the extra mile, love your enemies, and the golden rule, which was do unto others as that you would have them do unto you, is not a new concept. It was found in Greco-Roman and Eastern philosophical traditions. One of the major points that was emphasized was not only that most of his teachings were directed to the heart, but that he also emphasized sincere devotion to God, which was his main emphasis in giving these talks. And the reason that they called them the Sermon on the Mount was Jesus, like other rabbis in the time, would sit down and chat with the people, which Jesus went up on a hill and sat down to speak to the people, and that's where they got the Sermon of the Mount from. The first part of his introduction, he said, I came not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. And it's devoted to the Beatitudes and blessings. Following these are a series of teaching that present clarifications and, in some cases, reformulations. Their emphasis on personal righteousness and patience in affliction serves as quite a fitting introduction. The sermon was not a constitution. Christ didn't explain to the people the way of salvation. He held these talks to show how a person who is in righteous relationship with God should conduct their lives. In the sermon, Jesus attempted to change people's attitudes about Moses' law from external obedience, as I didn't kill anyone today, to internal obedience, I have forgiven everyone today. To demonstrate the impact he believed that these people would have on their world, Jesus used two illustrations and the common everyday items such as salt and light. By salt, Jesus' followers would be like salt in that they would create a thirst in the people for more information. It could also mean that these people were a preservative of sorts against the evils of society at the time. It could also mean that against these evils of society. It could also mean that whichever way you look at it, salt should always maintain its quality, and that if it was no longer salty, then it should be, and it would have lost its purpose and should be discarded. A light was meant to shine and give direction. Individuals, Jesus described in verses 3 to 10, would obviously radiate a light and would point to others onto the right path. He also compared a light radiating from a lamp, which was on a stand, or a lamp underneath a bowl. The people, with their good deeds and with the way that they lived their life according to God's law, would show themselves to be somebody that was worth emulating, and to praise, not them, but give praise to God the Father in heaven. One who stands in God's righteousness by faith in Him has an intimate spiritual relationship with Him and like that of a child and a loving father. All of these teachings that Christ gave to us are appropriate not only for then, but they're appropriate today too, for it illustrates and demonstrates in a very real way the standard of righteousness that God demands from his people. Christ came to teach us the way, and no one gets to God except through the Son. With those thoughts and the thoughts about Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, I thank you for your time.